everyone. It is Thursday evening. I haven't really had a good grasp on um, the days of the week this week, like just keeping track of what day it is. But I believe today is Thursday. um, and I just had a really rough, rotten feeling day today. Yesterday afternoon, um, so let's see, yesterday I had a meeting, and I didn't get home from that until like a little after 4, and had a headache kind of all day, or most of the day, but hadn't taken anything for it. And so when I got home, um, I decided to take it's basically generic Excedrin migraine, which has caffeine in it, which I knew. And like I'm not someone who avoids caffeine. Like there's some evidence that is helpful or that is necessary, or people have kind of stressed to do that when you're dealing with Lyme and probably other chronic illnesses also. But like I'm not one who adheres to that. And so so I took the medicine and then couldn't figure out why, like probably 45 minutes later or so, I was feeling kind of like shaky and like shaky. I was having trouble. I mean, I could walk and stuff, but like I just felt really shaky and kind of weak and stuff like that. I realized like later that evening, I'm like, oh, it's because the caffeine was kicking in, and like I sometimes feel like that when I have caffeine. But anyway, so like it helped the headache then anyway, and then when I tried to go to bed to go to sleep, I had probably one of the worst nights of sleep that I can remember having, and it was just like I was having a really, really hard time trying to fall asleep, and then I would get to sleep and sleep for like maybe an hour and then wake up and see what time it was and recognize that I'd only slept for about an hour or whatever, and toss and turn and try to get comfortable. And like I was also having issues where I was hot and cold and hot and cold. It was just a really bad night's sleep. I don't know how much sleep I might have actually gotten, but it can't have been very much. So it was not fun. And this is after like we've had the curtains up now in the bedroom for a week maybe, and I've been sleeping so much better with those up. So it was like, now I'm back to horrible night's sleep. And this was even like worse than it was before we put the curtains up. Because at least then, once I would get to sleep, I would pretty much stay asleep. And last night it was just like tossing and turning and waking up every hour or so. And it was horrible. And I kind of recognized that I was having some difficulty early on in the night and considered taking Ambien, but like I really don't like taking that. So and then by the time I was like, yeah, this is not, I'm not going to sleep, it was kind of too late to take it. So it's resulted in just feeling crummy today. And I had another meeting today that thankfully was right in this city. It just happened, like it's a regional professional meeting, and it just happens to be right here this spring. So I was excited about that. That I didn't have to go very far, but I just I considered not even going because I felt so horrible, and just like my stomach was bad. It was like really upset, and I was just exhausted, and my headache had come back during the night, when I was like trying to fall asleep, I'm like, yeah. So like, not only is the caffeine from the medicine causing all of this, but the headache's back. So, so I'm starting to feel a little bit better now. It's like 6 o'clock at night, and I did my regular fluids, and then I ran some extra just plain saline that I have, and I don't know if that helped or what. I couldn't really tell right away, but I feel like I'm dehydrated. I'm trying to drink water and coconut water and stuff, but it's just been kind of a crummy day. But I was really glad that I made it to my meeting anyway, because I got to see some people that I hadn't seen for a while, and it was just really nice. And it's going to be, so this is for my church job, and I'm leaving that position, so I'm not going to be going to these meetings anymore. So, and I'm not going to be seeing these people on a regular basis, so it was, there was no opportunity for me to like tell the group as a whole that I'm leaving my position and what's going on, but I told some people that I know better than others. So anyway, so that's what's been going on. So I opted to skip my doxycycline infusion this afternoon because I just was not up to it. Yeah. I also now know, I have not yet gone to pick up my prescriptions, but I now know where my new insurance company stands on a couple of medications that I knew were going to be difficult. It seems that they will not cover Nexium at all. So either we're going to have to fight for that, or I actually would really like to try to get off of that because I've been on it for a long time, and I would really like to figure out other ways of dealing with my severe reflux and see if there are other things that we could do. So there's that, which may not be too much of an issue if I can actually manage to get off the Nexium. But the one that's going to be a problem is they will cut for my Zofran. They will cover apparently 9 pills per month, which is, I don't understand that. Like, I can understand maybe for someone who has nausea every once in a while or whatever, but like for someone who has chronic nausea and gastroparesis and like all of these issues, 9 pills per month is so ridiculously low that I don't know what's gonna happen with that. But I will go pick up the prescriptions tomorrow and kind of find out where things stand, and then update my doctor. Although her office isn't open tomorrow, so she won't find out until next week. Thankfully, I think I have a very small stockpile of Zofran to last me for a little while, but and I'm also trying to see if I can possibly manage to go back off on the number of doses that I take, because like I take it daily just to manage symptoms, and I also take Phenergan, so it's not like, I mean, and there's really no other nausea meds that you can necessarily take with Phenergan that don't knock you out, which is why I don't take Phenergan all the time. So anyway, that's just going to be a fun adventure to deal with, and I don't think my doctor is particularly optimistic that she's going to be able to get more approved, but which might be, so we talked about having me go back to a GI doctor specifically for this, like not that I'm having all kinds of other issues that I need help with, but like specifically to have someone who can fight this. So anyway, so that's going on. This has ended up being longer than I planned, and I need to get back to making dinner. because Eric will be home soon. So I hope you're all having a good week. Yeah, we had rainy weather for a little while, which I was actually happy about because it makes it easier for me to be outside because I'm on the doxycycline. Today it's sunny again, and it just makes it really difficult for me to go out anywhere. Even with all of the stuff that I wear, it stinks. And I see my doctor in a little over a month, or about a month, and my plan is that this is it for the doxycycline. Like, I'm going off the doxy. I'm done for the summer anyway. And yeah, so I hope you're all having a good week, and I hope you have a good weekend if I don't update again before then. And I will talk to you all soon.